Well, we're going to start off here with a big story, Krissy. We've been talking about the wildfires. You see some of the videos in Force of Nature, and here's a look at some of your photos that you've been sharing with the Weather Network online.
Yeah, this has really been a situation we've been seeing blowing up on Twitter and, of course, shared on our video gallery. This is the sky in Nanaimo. Because of those easterly winds, we've been seeing the smoky skies even moving in through Metro Vancouver.
Yeah, this is a picture here of Metro Vancouver. Martin Rose takes this one. These are all photos from just this weekend. And as we look at this one as well, a lot of people were commenting that they actually weren't sure what was going on with the sky.
Yeah, and I know visibility at times down to about 10 kilometers. This is the scene in Lorong, of course, the evacuation zone. I know a lot of people, thousands, have evacuated to Cold Lake, Alberta.
Yeah, and you know what? Something interesting too, down into the greater Toronto area, we saw that haze over the skyline, and this is all has to do with the wildfires. So really affecting Canadians from BC now right into Ontario. So let's switch over to our maps here, and we can show you the deepening drought situation in Vancouver. Of course, when we see a situation like this, it doesn't help the fire situation.
Certainly, especially when it's an area so iconic for its rainfall. Now, this is a look at some of the current wildfires of note, and you can see current fires in BC at 95. We have over 100,000 hectares already impacted, and it's early in the season yet.
Absolutely. Alberta is one of the hot spots here. 121 fires. That's the most fires we've seen, and also the total fires almost at 1,300. Last year, just over 1,400. So we are certainly on track to surpass fires as we look at 2014 in comparison.
Yeah, I mean, it's been the hot, dry conditions, a lack of rain, many started by lightning. In Saskatchewan, 111 current fires in effect, and into Manitoba at 67 thus far.
So we wish we could tell you that rainfall is coming your way, but really, look at BC. It is so dry, same thing goes into Alberta.
Yeah, really, we're just going to see a little bit of rain as a front passes through to the north, but the amounts aren't going to be substantial enough to alleviate the situation.
No, and you know what? We're also dealing with a very hot spell over in Pakistan. This is an article online at theweathernetwork.com. 6 gripping photos that you can see. I want you to check this one out. When we talk about this, temperatures reaching 44 degrees.
I know, and temperatures that they haven't seen since 1981 over a prolonged period of time. So very serious situation there. The full article at theweathernetwork.com.
All right, I want you to stay with us throughout the overnight. We'll be talking about your forecast, getting you into Monday. And remember, your local forecast comes up here at the 10s, and we'll also have a traveler's outlook coming up next.
It's the season to pack up the kids, hit the open road. So if you're traveling across the country, you'll notice still hot, dry conditions in the west, slightly cooler through the prairies. We are seeing high pressure in place over Ontario, Quebec, going to be a bit sticky into Monday. Good in the Maritimes, but cooler for you in Newfoundland, courtesy of your wind direction. By Tuesday, at least you get up into the double digits. St. John's, we start to see the risk of potentially severe weather in southern Ontario and stays dry in the west. The hazy skies were visible as far south as Ontario. Looking into Monday in the west, still hot and dry through BC. A bit cooler in the prairies after that system passed through this weekend. Hot and humid in Ontario and Quebec. Maritime's looking good, but Newfoundland, due to your wind direction, temperatures still on the cool side. Looking ahead in the west, is there significant rainfall in sight? Unfortunately, for the most part, we have high pressure in place, so we're not going to see any significant accumulating rains. Dry for you in Vancouver and well above seasonal. Look at that. Humidex values in the 30s. Calgary hot as well. You're actually going to see increasing temperatures through the week before cooling off slightly into next weekend. Looking ahead for the east, well, this low, this system, the same one responsible for the active weather in the prairies, has the potential into Tuesday. We could even see some severe storms developing through Ontario, and then that becomes the story for you in the Maritimes on Wednesday, where we could see some storm activity. Looking at your 7-day forecast in the city of Toronto, you have a very humid start to the work week. It kind of alleviates ever so slightly midweek for you. Halifax, we are looking Wednesday at that storm moving in for you. 22 degrees, feeling like 29. If you'd wanted any reprieve from the sunshine, we're going to look at the country, and then we're going to take a look at your traveler's forecast. Krissy Vann with you. Looking into Monday, not exactly beach weather in St. John's, still quite cool. Otherwise, we have heat and humidity in the east and still quite dry in the west. Many areas seeing sunshine, but of course, some of that sunshine may not be visible with the hazy, smoky skies. Details on the wildfires through the hour. Looking into the states, we do have quite a few Threats of thunderstorms developing in the Midwest through Phoenix as well. 39 degrees, very hot conditions. Had a girlfriend in Vegas just last week where it was in the 40s. Looking to the Caribbean on Monday, quite beautiful for you. I know NASA, a very popular cruise ship port this time of year, 28 degrees, which means it's beach-worthy weather. But there are things that you should be aware of when traveling to the beach. For that, we join Nathan Coleman. Summer finally made its arrival this weekend in Ontario. Krissy Vann joining you. A look at our developing stories. We're going to talk about these storms that impacted the prairies, making an eastward track. Wildfires threaten thousands. And of course, we all want to know the Monday morning drive, whether it is to work or some of you taking an extended weekend. We look at Kingston, Ontario, screen and the bug spray. Actually, I have a mosquito bite on the bottom of my foot. Not too impressed with that. Looking at our Sunday high temperatures, we were in the upper 20s, and I'm sure you felt that sticky air building in, a bit humid. It's going to be a warm start for the Monday morning. I mean, many people already sitting at 20 degrees, and this is the hot day. It's going to be feeling like the low 30s. I am certainly going to be in a pool, definitely the day to be on or in the water, unless you are further to the north, as we are looking at the potential of storms developing Timmins through Kapuskasing by the afternoon hours. And this is the same system that brought very active conditions to the prairies through the weekend. So we continue to see this low track in, some stateside moisture also contributing to the system. By Tuesday, we are looking at areas like Windsor, up through the Bruce Peninsula, even by the morning, seeing those storms develop. And we will see the potential of that active weather moving into the Toronto area as well. Looking at your Hamilton forecast, again, risk of storms on Tuesday feeling like 36, and then temperatures do dip down for the latter half of the week. Same goes for the city of Toronto. Really, the one active day that we have is Tuesday, and then we see that high pressure returning for you as we head through the rest of this week. Barrie looking good. Tuesday, the active day, and then temperatures do cool off. Lots of sunshine, so great conditions if you are going to be heading out in the boat. But what's in a name? Well, Nathan Coleman has that answer. It's the season to pack up the kids, hit the open road. So if you're traveling across the country, you'll notice still hot, dry conditions in the west, slightly cooler through the prairies. We are seeing high pressure in place over Ontario, Quebec, going to be a bit sticky into Monday. Good in the Maritimes, but cooler for you in Newfoundland, courtesy of your wind direction. By Tuesday, at least you get up into the double digits. St. John's, we start to see the risk of potentially severe weather in southern Ontario and stays dry in the west.